Have you ever wondered if Adobe Lightroom is for you? Is it worth the £10 or the $10 a month? How do you install it? How do you use it? What is the best way to set up your Lightroom catalogue? Now, this video is the very first video in a series of videos. That's a lot of videos that I hope to bring you all about Adobe Lightroom, when I hope to answer all of those questions and a lot more. That is ranging from purchasing and installing it to some more complex instructions like using masks and setting up and exporting presets. So let's get into episode 1. What is Lightroom? How much does it cost? And how to download it. Hi everybody, Richard here and welcome back to my channel. Before I get into any of that, first up, a little bit of history about me. Now, I have been a professional photographer since 2009 and a user and a big fan of Adobe Lightroom since at least 2014. So I am really familiar with how it works and the benefits that it can bring to a photographer's workflow. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be releasing a number of videos all about Lightroom, from looking at the plans and the packages right up to downloading and installing it onto your desktop. Once that is done, I'm going to move on to looking at all the modules within Lightroom and all the powerful editing features that Lightroom has to offer. Now, before we get any further, this is really aimed at the beginners or new users to Lightroom, and I'm hoping each video will be no longer than about 5 or 10 minutes, but at a later date, we may dive deeper into some more features in a lot more detail. Oh, this stool isn't very comfortable. So why not subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you can be sure you get to see all the videos as they are released. And why not go ahead and leave a comment down below if there's anything in particular that you'd like to know for future videos, and I will do my best to get that covered too. So before we waste any more time, let's get started. So first up, the big question, what is Lightroom? If you don't know, but you've seen it being talked about in forums and on the internet, and you've seen it advertised, Lightroom is basically a photo management system. It's also an editing software which allows you to both organize and edit your photos all from one piece of software, all from one interface in front of you on the screen. There's a library module which is convenient for storing and cataloging all your images in whatever way you decide. My way, and I think quite a common way, is to catalogue by date. So I have it done by year, followed, for example, by event. So it's 2019 and day out, holiday, day out, that kind of thing. Your images are stored on a hard drive and then synced with Lightroom via a Lightroom catalogue. The folder structure is the same, and it is advised that any changes made to the folder structure, the folder names or the file names, should be made within Lightroom itself, but we're going to get into that in a later video. And there is also the develop module where you can edit and tweak your images to your style. And there have been loads of new features added recently, so Lightroom is now more powerful than it ever has been. Moving on, the map module is another great feature. You can tag your photos with GPS coordinates, and Lightroom can show you exactly where that photo was taken from, which I love using, and I think that is pretty cool. There are 4 other modules: the book, slideshow, print and web modules, and we will touch on these, but they're not ones that I use. They're certainly lesser used by me, and they're not as popular as the other 3 modules that I've already mentioned there. Well, the benefits of Lightroom, well, the one great thing about it is non-destructive, which means the changes you make to your photograph are only shown within Lightroom. So the originals on the hard drive are not affected in any way, and with a click of a button, you can easily go back to the original before you made any adjustments at all. Really good, handy to have, a bit of a safety net in case you make a mess of it, and you can just revert back to the original file and start again. Now, how much does it cost? Well, Lightroom is a subscription-based service via a platform called Creative Cloud, and it means you have to pay a monthly fee for the apps you choose to subscribe to. There are lots of different plans, ranging from £9.98 to, for the basic photography plan, up to over £50, which gives you access to over 20 different apps, which cover video editing, graphic design, loads of other stuff, as well as the photography apps that we're going to talk about here. Now, there's a lot of debate and I think a little bit of resentment from some of those that would prefer to pay a one-off higher amount and keep the program forever with no ongoing costs, but For less than £10 a month, you get access to either Lightroom, which is the cloud-based version with a terabyte of storage, or Lightroom Classic, Lightroom, and Photoshop, but with only 20 gigabyte of storage. Now, after a bit of research, I think it was back in 2014, it was around £150, I think. You pay that, but then you have to pay another amount, maybe not £150, but another amount to upgrade when the new features were added or a new version was released. That £150 equates to 15-month subscription, and I would imagine, though, that £150 in 2014 would probably be even more now, but it's still £10 a month. To put it in perspective, between June 21 and October 2022, which is a period of 16 months, there were 4 updates rolled out with the new features. Now, these updates came at no additional cost. You carried on paying the $9.98, but you get to enjoy all the new features. So as soon as they're developed, an update's released, you get them straight away. It's brilliant. All in all, Lightroom is largely considered to be the industry standard for photographers, and it's a great piece of software which is getting better and better as Adobe add new features with each update. You can tell I like it. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this video. So that's all for this introductory video for Lightroom, and like I said, I'm going to try and keep these videos short and sweet. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see the next video in the series, which is how you download and install your chosen apps. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.